from the fast. Told a bitch get the bag. You ain't looking for no man. I won't judge you. I can't hurt you. She only loves these things.
What's good, everybody? I'm Brandon. Today I'm doing another video from BuzzFeed. This one right here is titled Ex-Mob Boss Plays Never Have I Ever. Y'all requested it. Don't trip, you know I got y'all. A mob boss playing Never Have I Ever? You know he's not gonna answer these questions truthfully. Never have I ever killed somebody. He gonna be like, I haven't. Nigga, you lying! Anyway, I'm ready to hop into it. This should be a very, very interesting video. Hopefully it doesn't get blocked. Hopefully you guys are able to watch it as well. Let's go.
Have I ever killed someone?
That's what I'm saying. He ain't about to answer that. Get out of here.
Hi everyone, Michael Francis here, former mob guy with the Colombo family back in New York. I was a soldier, cop regime at one point in time, lived in that life for over 25 years, made a break back in 1995. I've left that life, and ever since I've been a motivational speaker. I've written a number of books, I've done a number of documentaries. I'm here today to play Never Have I Ever. Not something I would play back in the day. All right, got a bunch of statements in front of me, questions are going to be asked. I don't know if I've ever been asked these questions before.
This shit about to be fire.
Never have I ever put a horse's head in someone's bed.
Get out of here.
I have not.
That's
one of the greatest scenes ever in The Godfather. It's something that everybody remembers. That I can certainly see my former associates doing it back then, and it was great. It was a great scene. I wish I thought of that, but no, I didn't. I never had to resort to something like that. But I know some other things that were done that were kind of on that level. But we won't get into all of that.
Damn, you should have
never had a hit put out on
You know you have.
I have.
I knew it.
You know, unfortunately, when you walk away from that life, you're not allowed to do that. And my former boss, Carmine Persico, was very upset when it became public that I was walking away from that life. Ooh. And he did put a hit out on me. As far as I know, it's never been rescinded. You know, I don't know if those things ever go away. So you're not allowed to walk away from that life when you take that oath.
How the fuck you still alive then?
The oath of omerta, of silence. You're not allowed to betray. You're not even supposed to admit that there is a mob or that you're part of it. But yes, I've had a hit put out on me, and you know, by the grace of God,
did you kill the hitman?
I was able to overcome that challenge, and here I am.
He killed the hitman.
Never have I ever been to prison.
He killed the hitman.
I have.
Of course.
Spent 8 years in prison, got a 10-year prison sentence back in 1985. I pled guilty to racketeering. The underlying act was tax fraud. I created a huge scam to defraud the government out of tax on every gallon of gasoline. I had over 350 gas stations, 18 companies that were licensed to collect the tax on every gallon of gasoline. When I finally got caught, my partner testified against me, a number of other people. So I took a plea. 10-year prison sentence, $15 million in restitution, $5 million in forfeitures, went off to do my time. You know, prison is what you make of it. I mean, you're certainly there to be punished. Whenever your freedom is taken away, that's punishment, and it's rough. Never have I ever made
My dad
crime.
been in prison.
I have.
Of course.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, we had a lot of politicians certainly on our payroll, and we used to pay them. We used to fund a lot of their fundraisers. We would go to them and contribute big dollars in order for them to do our bidding. As a matter of fact, in the gasoline business, I needed to have licenses for my wholesale operation. You had to be licensed in order to collect the tax.
You just bribed somebody, huh?
Licenses. They weren't easy to get. But I was bribing public officials in order to get them, and they were only too happy to do my bidding. And as a result of that, I was able to actually defraud the government with help of the government, you know, with help of politicians. It was very accessible to us at the time. Never have I ever been an informant.
Ooh, I have not. That's why you're still
alive.
alive.
This is a controversial thing, because I want to straighten this out, and I'm glad I had an opportunity to do this. I never put anybody in prison. Nothing I ever told the government ever resulted in anybody going to jail.
That's why you're still alive.
Spoken about my former life, sure. But the things that I've talked about, just about everybody knows, because my former associates have been captured on tape and tape recordings and so on and so forth. I will admit to this. I did play kind of a game with the government. For a time, I made them believe that I might go along with them, but then in the end, I never did. And as a result of that, my parole was violated. I was sent back to prison. So I want to make that clear. Never been an informant, never told anything.
That's why you're still alive, bro.
Put anybody in prison with my former associates. Never have and never will. Never have I ever fired a grenade launcher while shouting. My little friend. I have not.
Right?
I absolutely loved that scene. I
Me
thought
too.
That,
But come
Pacino
on,
was
it's so
terrific. I mean, that was
stupid.
a classic movie. He was great in that film. But no, I never had to fire a grenade or anything like that. I did use weapons at that time.
Of course.
I never used the machine gun either. That was back in the 30s and the 40s and the 20s. We didn't do that. We used short-range pistols at the time. So never had to resort to anything. No high artillery like that. Never have I ever killed someone. Oh, boy. I'm going to pull one of these. Credibility in what I do is very important to me, so I never want to lie to anybody, whether it's in private or in public. I will tell you this, that life is a very violent life. If you're part of the life, you're part of the violence. There's no escape. And if anybody tells you differently, they're either not being honest with you or they weren't a made member of that life. And, I will say this, murder in that life was taken very seriously. And I will tell you this about myself, and I'm glad I have the opportunity to say this. I don't judge other people. I don't know their hearts, but I was around a lot of guys that if they had to commit a violent act, it seemed that was part of them. I'm not going to say they enjoyed it, but they did it with some kind of fervor. And when I did it, when I was involved in anything that might have, had violence to be a part of it, I never felt good about it. I want to make this clear. I never glorify my former life. And the reason I don't do that, because I do believe it's an evil life, and I want to be clear on this. I'm not calling the guys evil. I was one of them. I just happen to be very blessed. But I don't know any family of any member of that life that hasn't been totally devastated, including my own. Now, not my wife and kids. Fortunately, God has preserved them. But
that's good.
My brothers and sisters, mother and father, had a very, very difficult life as a result of my dad's involvement in that life. So any lifestyle that does that to families is obviously an evil life.
Yeah,
and I will tell you that I am extremely blessed and very fortunate to be where I am today, to have left that life and be able to talk about it and hopefully be a source of encouragement and hope to people, to make them understand that you can get out of a bad situation in your life. You can turn it around. For me, it's all about my faith, but never give up hope. Do the right thing, and there's always a way out.
That's cool. Man, I got nothing but respect for that, man. Like, for real. That's cool. That's good that he's trying to encourage people to say, listen, if you're involved in any type of lifestyle like that, just know you can always get out. Because y'all know I grew up in the hood, bro. I grew up Western and 80th. I lived there till I was 15 years old. So, of course, if you're not from LA, that's South Central LA. So I grew up around a lot of violence. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, I had some friends that were part of that lifestyle. I never joined that lifestyle because I've always been blessed. I was always an athlete. If you're an athlete in the hood and if you good, they don't really bother you. I wasn't bothered. But yeah, I remember I had some homies that was in it, and they got in it at a young age, and they had older brothers that was part of the gang lifestyle as well. Just part of A-Tray gangsters, man. A-Tray. And then it was 6-0 neighborhood where Nipsey from, right down the street too. But anyway, so people was banging, and they always felt like they couldn't get out. They'll be like, man, I've been in this since I was fucking 4th grade. Now here I am going to high school. I don't want to do this no more. I just want to play football like you, B. I just want to play football. I just want to chill. I just want to talk to girls. But my older brother's part of this lifestyle. I've been part of this lifestyle. I can't get out of it now. I know too much. I've done too much. And that's how people really feel. And it was crazy, bro. I swear to you, I was going to high school, and I had this homie that was 1 year older than me. He lived around the block. And I was telling him how I'm going to play football in high school and watch, I'm going to be a beast and all this. And he was just like, man, I wish I could do that. I'm in high school right now, and I be seeing the football players. He went to Westchester. If you're from LA, you know about Westchester. He went to Westchester, and he was like, he wished he could be part of that lifestyle. He want to play football. He want to be able to just like be a normal kid. But he's like, since I've been part of the lifestyle my whole life, like I can't even do that, bro. I gotta go to school. I'm banging on niggas. I'm getting in fights. We jumping niggas all the time. It was just like, I wish I didn't have to be part of that lifestyle. And it's cool that this mob fucking boss who was high up is telling people, listen, when there's a will, there's a way. If you really don't want to be part of that, you can get out of it. Listen, joining that lifestyle, I don't know why it's glorified. Coming from someone who grew up in that area, I'm gonna let you know this right now. Joining a gang, anything like that is not cool. I don't know why people glorify that dumb shit. That shit is dumb. I grew up Western and 80th, 15 years of my life. I know about that gang life. Niggas that try to promote that shit, they didn't really grow up in it. They don't know about it, bro. all these rappers and things that y'all look up to that's promoting that gang life, they not really about that shit. They didn't grow up in it. I grew up in it. I've had people I've known killed, bro. Killed. I had elementary school friends that were killed when they were like 13 in junior high school. Like, what the fuck? Bro, that lifestyle is not cool. But it's so glorified and so many of y'all think it's so cool. Oh, I want to be in music videos with guns. That's because y'all don't know the real deal. Anyway, I don't really need to get into it, man. That's why y'all don't ever see me claiming no gangs. In my music, I will never say anything about gangs. You will never see a music video where I have guns. Never. I don't glorify that shit because I grew up around that shit and I know how bad that is, bro. I've had guns pointed in my face at least 3 times in my life. I got my shit stolen from me with 2 guns pointed in my face by 2 niggas. Bro, I was 13 years old, walking home from this girl house. Grown-ass men came up to me and banged on me because I had on the wrong hat. I knew better, but I looked good in red, so I had a red hat on. Niggas came up to me, banged on me. Those grown men. I was 13 years old. They took all my money. They took my iPod that my mama bought me for Christmas. They had guns in my face. I was 13, bro. That lifestyle is not cool. It's not cool. I'm letting y'all know that right now. But anyway, let me know what y'all thought down in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See y'all next time. Peace.